So maybe you watched my last video linked below on finding your perfect profitable niche, and you have a niche that you feel very passionate about, you feel very proficient in, and you're wondering, can it be profitable? And the answer to that is yes. Today we're not so much looking at the question of can it be profitable as how can I make it profitable? Hello everyone, my name is Sherry from Rolling Acres Education. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time. And today we're talking market research. And the good news is market research is not rocket science. It is not that difficult to figure out how to do. But the bad news is it's not an exact science. It's not going to give you definitive answers. You're still going to have to play around. You're going to have to do a lot of research, and you're going to have to just use your gut and do a lot of trial and error. Now, the very first thing I want you to realize is I do not intend this video to be a discouragement to anyone. No matter how competitive your niche is, you can find a way to make it profitable and a way to rank. My coach Lauren says there's always a way to rank. So we're going to be looking at some of those ways, and I just want you to go through this thinking I'm going to find a way to rank, not, oh gosh, my niche is too competitive, I'm going to give up. All right. So what is market research and how do we do it? Well, again, it is not that difficult. We are just going to go to Teachers Pay Teachers, and we're going to try to get an idea of about how many other people are selling resources in the niche we have chosen. And all we're going to do is go to the search bar, and we're going to type something into the search bar, and we're going to look for three different things. Number one, we're going to see how many search results there are. Number two, we're going to look at the number of reviews on that page. And number three, we're going to look at the relevancy on that page. Now, another thing you need to realize is there are more possible niches on Teachers Pay Teachers than I could do in a month of videos. And it doesn't really matter though, because the process is the same no matter what you're doing. You're still going to go to the search bar and just keep typing in things, keep doing filters, keep doing ideas until you can narrow down till you get your own little corner of the market. All I'm going to do here is give you a little direction to what kind of numbers you should be looking for, what kind of reviews and things like that. Now, as I said, some niches are harder to rank in than others, and it's not just about the subject and things like that, it's also about the grade level. Lower levels are harder to rank in than higher levels. And I know this from experience because I do seasonal resources. I do all the way from pre-K up to high school, and my high school resources sell a lot better than the lower level ones, and they rank. Most of my high school resources, if I just type whatever it is, like St. Patrick's Day, Easter, whatever, for activities for high school, I'm usually at the very top of the first page because it's just not as competitive. Whereas I have to work a little harder to get my lower grade levels on the first page, and they're usually kind of down at the bottom. So let's just look at that. Let's look at math. So I went to Teachers Pay Teachers and went to the search bar and started with kindergarten math and just started typing in all the grade levels. And kindergarten math had 660,000 search results. The third grade had 370,000. Then when you got down to sixth grade, it was 180,000. And then seventh grade, eighth grade, Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 all had somewhere between 100,000 to 120,000 search results. Pre-calculus went all the way down to 16,870. So if you can do pre-calculus resources, you've got it made. Okay, you probably shouldn't have any trouble ranking, and if you had good quality resources, you should probably be able to sell them. Okay, so what can we do if we're in a competitive niche? And I taught 8th grade math, so I know a little bit about 8th grade math, so I'm going to use that as an example. And you can do this with any level of math, any subject. Anything you do, you follow the same procedures, okay? So let's say that I want to do 8th grade math, and I think 110,000 results is too much. So I'm going to do 8th grade math rational numbers, and I'm going to try to just concentrate to start out with rational numbers. And so if you type that in the search bar, it comes back at 3,325. The highest star rating was 62, and there were several with 0. there was a lot of relevancy on the page, but you would have a good chance of ranking with that result. Now, interestingly, I tried adding on worksheets, and although the search result went down to 1,200, 8th grade math, rational numbers, worksheets, the search results were lower, but the stars were higher and the relevancy was higher than just 8th grade math, rational numbers. So I went back to 8th grade math, rational numbers and typed in and filtered less than $5, okay? And got 2,700 results. The stars were down and the relevancy. There was like 8th grade interactive notebook on there that said nothing about rational numbers. So there's a good place to start if you were doing 8th grade math, okay? Now 8th grade math is less competitive than the lower grades, so you might have to keep niching down. You could maybe do whatever and do decimal worksheets, decimal practice problems, decimal math centers, all these kind of things until you find something, and then you can do with most people when they first start, do smaller resources, so you can try that $5 filter, which a lot of teachers doing searches do. They're looking for something cheap, so they're going to see if they can find something under $5, so that can really help you. Now, you may think 3,000 or 2,700 sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Remember what I said, when teachers pay teachers, when you go and type something in, it tries to find every single thing that might be related to that keyword. So you're going to have a lot of things in there that aren't really relevant, and the more relevant you are, the higher you are going to rank. Now, going the other way, you may ask, well, are there search results that are too small? If the search results are too small, is it possible that no one's looking for those types of resources? And the answer is most likely no. Maybe if it comes back 1 or 2, but just about any search results can help you make sales. For example, I had a Cinco de Mayo resource, Cinco de Mayo activities for high school, and when I listed that and did the search on it, it came back at 95 results, and I was like, oh great, I'm ranked at the very top, but I kind of thought maybe that meant that nobody was looking for it. No, that ended up being one of my best selling resources. I think it's at like number 3 or something like that. I know it's in the top 5. And so what happens is, even though you're thinking, oh, that's just so few results, but what if only 50 or 60 people are looking for that resource? They're all going to find you. Every one of them are going to find you if you're ranked at the top of the list, and then you're going to make sales, you're going to hopefully get reviews, and you're going to start moving up. Now, one other thing I want to address is, if you look on these search results and you go down through here, you're going to see that sometimes things with just 1 or 2 stars or even no stars are ranking higher than resources that have a lot of stars. And what's going on there? Well, the way it was explained to me is, one of the things that helps you is your recent sales, okay? If you have a lot of recent sales and someone who has a lot of stars hasn't sold in a while, that's going to help you rank higher. Your conversion rates help you rank higher. If you have really high conversion rates, TPT is saying, oh, they may be just a beginner, but a lot of people that are looking are buying their products, so let's get more people looking at them. TPT wants to make sales. So don't think that just because you're a new buyer that you can't compete against these bigger sellers. That's just not true. You can niche down. If your conversion rates are high, if you are making recent sales and other people on that page aren't, you can rank higher. I also think your store as a whole, if you have a lot of resources that have good conversion rates, then that helps with you when you put out newer resources or maybe some of your older resources moving up. So TPT the algorithm can help new sellers. So just remember to go in there. It's trial and error, use your gut, and just start searching, try to niche down till you can find a little area of the market that you can become the expert in, and just start doing resources in that area. Then maybe find another one and do resources in that area and start selling, and then you'll be able to get broader and broader areas that you can rank in. So I hope this made sense. If you have any questions, I may not know the answer, but I can always find someone who does. Just remember, you've got this, God's got you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.